Less Software provides a supply chain application that enables them to buy inventory and effectively sell inventory to their customers.
What makes it different is this one's offered as a service, meaning our customers do not have to purchase hardware, hire staff, install software. It's available on demand when they need it.
We like to think of it as getting supply chain applications, which is our main drive, in a less software mode. So it's kind of a little bit of where the name came from. From an IT professional perspective and business leadership perspective, they can spend their time thinking about what is the best process for us to service our customer, rather than do I have the right version of the operating system on the computer, and is my data safe, and did it get backed up yesterday? And they really can just focus on how can I better serve my customer.
This is in the supply chain arena, and so we start with procuring software and acquiring it. Then we have to manage it. We've got all these bits and pieces and nuts and bolts and whatever it is we're stocking. We have to manage it, keep track of where it is and how much it's worth. And then ultimately we're going to sell it or consume it some way.
So we are providing an order fulfillment and a logistics solution with warehousing and back-end applications to help them quote effectively, sell through a web store, sell through a telesales environment. However they deliver their goods to their customer, we're going to pick it up from that completion of the sale and then follow the order fulfillment process all the way through the picking of the customer's items, through to delivering those to the shipping department and then forwarding them to the customer and having that tracking information of that shipment back to the customer. And we're used to seeing this as consumers. If we buy books or CDs online, we get a tracking number and we can watch that CD or movie come across the country to us. It's the exact same way. That's the expectation now, just as consumers, the level of service that we expect. So we're trying to deliver that in a business-to-business model.
Our application's been designed in such a way that you only have to use the parts that you need.
They certainly could say, you know, I really have an order fulfillment issue that I want to solve, or an inventory warehouse problem that I want to solve, and start there if that's kind of the pain point, and develop out the acquisition as they need it. Again, it's the service that you need and the number of users that you need. So it's, and that way it is truly a service-based model.
As software developers, we tend to think, well, this is what the software is going to cost you, and that's the end of the story, but it isn't. You've got to train your users and take them away from the job that they're already doing, then have this horrendous cutover and hope it all works. With our application, we like to think that it's there waiting for you to use it when you want to, and that you would start with your current pain points. And then once you see that that's working well, add the next piece on.
The application is very easy to learn, very easy to use. So if there's a churn in a corporation and I bring in a new employee, that new employee will learn the service very good. They're onboarding as opposed to, let me immerse you in 4 days of training so you can quote your customer. It just seems that's expensive. It seems a little ridiculous in 2009 as we sit here. We can get a service up, or part of the service up, in a matter of a couple of weeks. It kind of lends to the way that we consume the internet today. Driving directions, filing our taxes through the internet, and that infrastructure that's there, we're now leveraging that from a business to business perspective to manage a supply chain.